are now just hours away from the start of a new biennium in Montpelier. Wednesday marks the first day of this year's legislative session, and lawmakers will already have a few important things to tackle before getting to work. ABC 22's Matt Holderman joins us now live in the studio to explain.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, for the House of Representatives, the first order of business is picking a person to lead them this year, that person being the Speaker of the House. It's a title Burlington Democrat Jill Krowinski has held for 4 years now, but for the first time in a while, she has a pretty serious challenger. As a snowstorm blanketed the Golden Dome in white Tuesday afternoon, it was more of a calm before the storm type of feeling inside the State House as the next session is about to kick off.
Looking forward to bringing that forward and working on the issues that are most important for Vermonters this session.
Under the dome a day early was longtime State Representative Laura Sibilia, an independent from Dover. Along with having Vermont's biggest issues on her mind heading into the new term, she's focused on winning a race, specifically the one for Speaker of the House.
It was very clear to me in the last biennium that we were not making the kind of progress that was necessary. It became clear that if something was going to happen that was different, it was going to have to be me.
Sibilia is trying to unseat current House Speaker Jill Krowinski, who's led the lower chamber since 2021. According to Vermont Secretary of State Sarah Copeland-Hanzas, it's not unheard of to have a contested race for House Speaker, but what makes this race unique is Sibilia has been campaigning and fundraising for it, something that's never been done before for this position. Copeland-Hanzas says that's caused her team to keep a close eye on Vermont's campaign finance laws to make sure Sibilia isn't breaking any rules. And she says Sibilia's team has been transparent about their fundraising and that in her case as an independent, it makes sense.
It's slightly unusual for there to be someone who's fundraising in order to become Speaker. But again, when you look at the context of where we're at, the candidate who's fundraising is an independent. She doesn't necessarily have the party structure around her.
It is unusual, but you know what? I'm just a regular person who sees that something's not working right and that we should try to do something different.
All 150 representatives will make their pick at 10 a.m. Wednesday with simple majority rules. Copeland-Hanzas will oversee the secret ballot vote and share the results later Wednesday morning. And I reached out to Speaker Krowinski and her team to get their thoughts on the race, but did not hear back. Sibilia tells me she already has the support of some Democrats and progressives and thinks if she can get all Republicans to back her as well, she likes her chances. Now, if she does end up winning, it would be the first time in 20 years the Vermont Speaker has not been a Democrat. The last one was Republican Walter Freed, who held the position from 2001 to 2005. Live in the studio, Matt Holderman, ABC 22 News.